Let's talk about Rumble on Paramount Plus. Rumble is about a world where monster wrestling is a global sport and monsters are superstar athletes. Teenager Winnie looks to follow in her father's footsteps by coaching a lovable underdog monster into a champion. Now, Rumble was one of those movies that kept getting rescheduled due to the pandemic. If you did manage to go to the theater during that period at some point, you likely saw Rumble's trailer at least a few times. Yet it felt like the movie never built much anticipation. Finally, in December last year, Rumble quietly skipped theaters and debuted on Paramount Plus. Rumble marked the feature directorial debut for Hamish Grieve, who served as head of story on DreamWorks animation productions such as Rise of the Guardians and Captain Underpants. He took over for Lion King 1.5 director Bradley Raymond, who had to leave Rumble's production for unspecified reasons. It's noteworthy that Free Guy scribe Matt Lieberman also contributed to the screenplay. Rumble is better than you would expect. Its trailer made it look like a run-of-the-mill CGI kid flick, but it's better than many of the random animated movies you might find on Netflix or, heck, Tubi. The animation is colorful. For instance, the villain has superpowers that make him glow neon blue, which looks very cool on screen, very vibrant. The jokes can be hit or miss, but there are some hilarious jokes here. And the voice acting is solid, with the standout for me being Terry Crews as Tentacular. Will Arnett is also great as the monster Steve, but Arnett gets used so much in animated movies these days you kind of wish they'd gone with someone else, although I will say Arnett's performance here almost sounds as if he's impersonating Seth Rogen at times. Rumble is, of course, a wrestling movie produced by the WWE. So, speaking in terms of wrestling, the film's secret move is when it explores what it means to leave a legacy. Monster Wrestling superstar Raymond and his human trainer, they left a considerable legacy in their town of Stoker. When they're gone, the town clings to that legacy, failing to adapt and move on in a healthy way. Raymond's son Steve falls into shame and depression because he feels he cannot live up to that legacy. And the antagonist feels anger and aggression toward the Raymond legacy, to the point of doing some villainous things. But then Rumble also explores how legacies are defined, how they're more than a statue or a stadium. As for downsides to the movie, my biggest complaints are that Rumble feels small, as if the screenplay could have used maybe a polish or two. The movie also feels like a good pilot, now maybe even a great pilot to a TV series. If you told me that Rumble was meant to lead into an animated series on Nickelodeon, I'd believe it. Rumble has a feel-good ending that doesn't quite feel earned, I should add. Semi-spoiler alert, Winnie and Steve end up getting something they had already accepted they would not get. And it feels like some of that character development and working through grief was sacrificed for that happy ending. An ending where, as usual in animated movies, the protagonists get what they want. Say what you want about Pixar's Cars, but in the end, their Lightning realizes what really matters and he doesn't win the big race. It's a bold choice that Rumble is afraid to try. Because this is a kids' film, and heaven forbid the main character not get what they want in a kids' film. But Rumble knows what it is. It achieves that goal and then exits quickly. Seriously, it has its big fight, and then it goes to the credits pretty abruptly afterward, which is fine, just abrupt. Rumble delivers a heartfelt story and solid laughs. It's better than expected, and it's a film that might pleasantly surprise you. I give it 2.5 out of 4 stars. Until next time, this has been Josh with Movies Please. Thanks for watching.